The mercenary, typical of his sort, crude, rude, and very handy to have around in a fight. Once again, certain parallels could be drawn to the bard. A valiant knight, honest, brave, noble, nearly invincible in battle. Of course, also not very bright, but as we've seen with our own hero, nobody's perfect. The heroine was deadly accurate with the crossbow and quite nimble in battle, the equal of most any man in combat, worth about 10 men of the bard's type. A large rock and a strong arm. The brute was extremely good at smashing anything that got in his way. Almost makes you wish the bard had an entire squad of these fellows. Knockers are well known for their ingenuity in crafting fabulous devices, and this one was no exception. His lightning rods could change the tide of battle in an instant. Although fragile, the thunder spider could destroy most foes with a steady stream of lightning long before they were able to retaliate. A skeletal being from the plane of fire, the behemoth was a fearsome opponent who could incinerate many opponents with a single devastating charge. The fire elemental, a seething inferno of liquid fire, very effective at burning things up, and not much else. This, of course, made it effective at one more thing than the bard. A study in contrasts. Although a seemingly vile old witch, she was an expert in providing aid to those wounded in battle. A being of pure magic, the enchantress could work many beneficial magics to aid her allies in times of need. The bodyguard was sworn to defend his charges from any and all manner of ranged attack. Perhaps someone should have gotten him a larger shield. A dangerous temptress and assassin, the rogue would draw her enemies in, then be gone in a flash, leaving only pain and death in her wake. The bard, of course, left a trail of pain and death in his wake without even trying. A cruel and vicious creature. Though still fragile, this rat was easily the most foul-tempered rodent anyone had ever laid eyes on. In this respect he just barely edged out the bard. The light fairy, a curious creature attracted by music, always happy to light the way when darkness closes in. Never before had there existed a creature like the Gouger, feeding off the very life energy of its foes, healing its allies all the while. Once a daring finder of lost treasures, the explorer was still adept at finding secrets and uncovering traps. Getting out of the way of them, however, was a different matter.